So hey, hi, and welcome back. So today we are going to deep dive and delve into a very complex question, which is what you want, and it's more of a complex thing because this is a very material question. To be very honest, it's a pure sheer material question. More of that. Before moving forward with this, I would just recap for you whatever we have spoken in our last videos. We were speaking about the question pyramid or the pyramid question, which helps you to solve any sort of problem. And to understand this, you need to break that pyramid into four parts. This four parts has four primary questions or four questions, two primary and two complex questions. So we discussed about the primary two questions, which was what you are and who you are. So what you are was a completely blend of three factors or three stages, which was your physical stage, your psychological stage, and your emotional stage. Who you are is a metaphorical question, more towards a psychological question, that who you are, what are your self thoughts, what are your self belief, and do you have that willpower to retain that self belief and self thought, self image about yourself, who you are when no one sees you, and who you are for your own self. Okay, so based on these two formal, simple questions, this very third question is what you want. What you want is a very material question, to be very honest, as it can differ for everyone, and not just differ, but the sense of having something, a sense of creating a desire for your own self is very materialistic. You want to ace an exam. Yeah, this this is a kind of a material thing, that I want to ace an exam, or I want to crack an interview. It's a material thing. Okay, I want to learn something. Okay, which is also a material thing, very material thing. Let's say I want to learn Muay Thai. It is a very material thing, because the end goal might be very different. The end goal for someone is to ace good marks, for someone it is to learn fighting, for someone it is to cracking a job to get into the field, and whatever it may be, the end goal is different. It's not different, but then it is absolute, which is happiness, instant satisfaction, instant happiness, or it might be a long happiness. Okay, happiness doesn't mean to be that you do something right or you do something. It is all what you want and how far you can go to do it, so that once you get it, you be happy. It is so material that what you want. The end goal is very absolute for every sort of question. That, let's say, for somebody, uh, having having a stable relationship is a want. It is a want. It is very materialistic. That materialistic is relationship. That relationship would come with some sort of bonds. If it is a professional relationship, yeah, it, it pays you monetarily, you get happiness. If it is a personal relationship, let's say with your girlfriend, yeah, intimacy, intimacy, care, it's a material, it's a real material thing that you are getting in some sort of a way. That is what you want. The decision behind wanting is happiness. Usually this question satisfies, and it is fueled by ego 90% of time, because 90% of people just want things for having it. That thing might not even give 0% of satisfaction, a 0% of happiness to them, but just for the sake of having thing, they would have. They won't even virtue it, they don't even think of it, and they won't even provide a value for it. But on the other end, the 10% whose end goal is to be happy, to be satisfied after getting a thing, after wanting a thing, that's the real deal in here. How would you find it? It's easy. What do you want? Okay, it is a subjective thing. It is so subjective that it might change within minutes, within seconds, within microseconds too. There is no certain limit of time over it that when would you want or what do you want and how would you want it. No. As I said in my earlier thing, that let's say you you are a person, okay, you are a person, you are able to think, you are able to develop a thought. That means you are creating some sort of belief about it, and based on that belief, you are self convincing yourself, okay, you are providing with a self conviction, and due to the higher self conviction, you are increasing the willpower over it to achieve it, okay, to just achieve it. And this is how you get that material thing. This is how you understand what you want, okay. It starts from the mere idea of thought, that this thought has ever popped, this is what I want. Nobody says that I want to be happy after eating an ice cream. They think that it is tasty and it is going to provide me some sort of satisfaction. Happiness, yes, might be, but the satisfaction of having it is what makes us take this conscious decision. And oftenly we don't try to think of who we are and what we are, and we directly jump on what we want. As I said, most of the people do this thing about jumping into the complex question without understanding what are the initial basic questions. This is what actually I was trying to talk about, that a lot of times our persona is created in such way that we even don't know, is that us, is that the real me. When I'm saying what do you think about yourself when no one is seeing you or no one is judging you, then it really means that how exactly do you think? Do you think from a point of perspective of who you are, what you are, and then you are going out for jumping on a conclusion that this is what I want? Okay. No, we directly, like this thought, ice cream. What? The next thing I know is that I'm buying a paddle pop stick or some sort of ice cream sandwich or some sort of thing. Okay. And even I am amazed that did I really require it? Would it even give me a single second of happiness? No. Just for the sake of this satisfaction that I had this thing, I'm having that ice cream. And a lot of complex material wants are fabric, they are just meant, the fabrication of it in our reality is in such a way that we never ever try to understand this very basic question of what we are and who we are, and we just jump on it because it was about happiness. We never thought about the happiness, we thought about satisfaction. And guess what, satisfaction doesn't give you anything. It doesn't even gives you a minute of smile. You feel useless, you feel stupid. And I'm not saying in a bad way, but then the whole human experience, the whole part of understanding human experience is set on a very wrong foot. It has no meanings at all. It has zero meaning at all. All saints and everyone is saying find your purpose. That wasn't meant to frame into this question that what you want. No, finding your purpose was to finding happiness, always, always at the peak, not the satisfaction, not the experience, but happiness itself. So as I said, materialistic thing, it is all material. What you want is a very material question, but then this question is so useless. It is the root cause of our stress, it is the root cause of our overthinking, it is the root cause of analysis and paralysis. So most of the time, 90% of things we don't want. It's just the satisfaction of having it. It is just the ego that needs to be satisfied. The second we come to know about this thing, our 90% of problems are just solved. And not just with that, you feel 90% more happier, because now you are spending 90% less time wasting your time into useless thoughts and useless analysis paralysis. So you get a lot of time to think about who you are, what you are, and then based on this, what you actually want. So this is what you want was all in a very basic layman language. I hope that you understand it, and if it is that hard to understand, just let me know. I would make one more video about it and try to explain it with scientific explanation, with few examples and everything. But then I really don't want it to mess with anybody's head and break their basic fundamental ideology about how things to be understood or how things work in practical way. And I am not blaming 90% of the population, but then yes, this is what the purpose of life is, to find happiness. And this is how you actually find happiness, by understanding what you are, who you are in the very first place, and based on that, you really need to find what you want, because you are seeking for happiness, not for satisfaction or not for any some sort of trophy. I think this helps you out. And based on today's topic, what you want, what you need, would be the fourth topic of this pyramid question, the last and final topic of it. I have explained it in a very rush and very, what to say, non so holistic approach. I'll just see whether this thing helps or not, or else what I'll do, tomorrow we'll just cover the fourth topic, and day after tomorrow we can go in depth of what you want and what you need, so that this doesn't look like a surface thing. This looks like more of, what you say, a in-depth thing. And I just hope that this thing provides you this insight of maneuvering through life, maneuvering through any problem. We were here to solve the problems, and yes, that's it for all today. And I hope that I have explained pretty much everything about what you are, what you want. That's it, and we'll meet tomorrow. Goodbye.